November, and in this video I thought I would go over the functions that I have for each of my brushes with my special little kitten helper right next to me. She kind of took over the bed, so I had to adjust for her. Okay, we're going to start with this cup here. Has the big boy in it. This is my all over brush from it. I use it mostly to dust off all the excessive powders and stuff. The next one is my Bye Bye powder. No. Bye Bye pores from it. I think these three are the only brushes I have. This is a foundation brush from it. I use this mostly for my setting powder Bye Bye pores from it. I dip it in there and then I put it on, and then I use this to kind of brush it off. Oh gosh, this camera's shaking. Hold on, let me fix that. Okay, I put you on my iPad, so hopefully that's more stable. Onward to the next brush. This one was given to me with, LipSense. This was a free brush when I ordered LipSense from a friend. I not really sure what to use this for. I'm thinking I wanted a brush for like my cleanser and stuff, but I'm afraid that this brush is just it doesn't have enough hairs, I guess, so the liquids and stuff are just gonna like gather. Also, I don't know if I guess I did say what this one was. This is my foundation brush from it. I had to hand wash this one, and I think this one just needed more attention because it don't fit on my little controller. So this one doesn't really have a function. So he's just gonna hang out over there for now. My next favorite brush ever is this little spoony brush. I call it my spoon brush. This has so many little bristles and hairs and whatever they're called. He's so soft. It was a Christmas present a few years ago. I'm not really sure why I call it a spoon. It looks like a spoon brush. It is from the Cream Shop. I've never really heard of them. This one is the AOA Studio, which is another brand that I've never really heard of. But this one I might use. It seems like it's packed enough that I could probably use liquid on it, but it didn't do so well with my liquid foundation. It's never been as clean as it used to be, I guess. Like, it's pretty clean now. That one I also had to hand wash, because the handle, it don't fit in squat, and then like it can't, like, yeah, it's not gonna clean that way. Onwards to the other jar real fast. Have the other big boys do all the big ones at once. So this one was a Real Techniques brush that used to be my all over brush, like what this one does basically now. These ones are really soft. These ones, I'm not really sure. There's more bristles in this one for sure. This was like a 20, 30. I think this was actually like a $40 brush. I don't remember. It used to be $80, but I got a different, it's the Love Beautiful. Oh, Love Beautiful on it. And the original all over brush like this used to be like $80, but it didn't have that, so I don't know what's going on with those. But this one is a fake Real Techniques, and it's so soft. I would even say it's softer than this. Now this one has like that weird, it's not weird, but it's a different, it's softer. That one's softer. This one wasn't. I want to say I got this in a set for like $5 or something. I don't remember where, when, who. But that was used to be my all over brush, and I just can't quite let go of these brushes. I'll do all of those real fast since they're all big brushes. This one's like a triangular brush. This one might be a good mask brush. I think that's what I was planning on using it for. So I guess he's pretty soft too. Whatever bristles I use for these, they don't have that Real Techniques on them. I have a Real Technique brush that we can compare with the smaller brushes, but that one doesn't really, I guess it kind of has a function doing mask. I used to use it for contouring, I think, before I got like a contour, but then again, this one I use for contour, so I don't remember. I might have put contour on with that one and then like blended it out with this. I think this is what this brush is for. That's why I was covered with bronzer so much. But this one also came in a set, so I use this one. I have the same type of brush for bronzing, and I'm not really sure which one I like better. But I mean, like this one, this blue one over here kind of wins for the handle alone, but that one will be next. Gonna go through the set real fast that I got. It also came with a blush brush. I think there's 3 more brushes after this. This one I use for blushes. I don't have another brush that does this. This is my only brush that I use for blush. I really loved the brush that I had for Mary Kay, but I don't know what happened to it. I mean, I do know what happened to it. Someone peed on it. But, like, I don't know. I think it was separate from everything else. Well, hopefully, these aren't too bad. Oh, dear. You almost fell and died. Okay. Oh, dear. Okay, that... My tripod lost its balance, I guess. I don't know. It's balancing on my iPad, sort of, right now. So, the last ones for that Real Technique set was somewhere. Oh, this one's all stained. I used this once for, I think, I want to say it was Tarte's Reinforced C foundation or a concealer. I got one of those little sample sizes from Sephora, and it was just so small and tiny, and it smelled, I don't remember what it was, but it was definitely a foundation that smelled like paint. And my husband's all like, it smells like paint, you're basically painting your face. So I'm like, I want to try to paint my face. So that's what I did with the tiny brush. I don't know, I didn't have a foundation brush at the time, and I kind of feel like this one, I feel like this guy held it better than this guy did, because it still feels like, I don't know if it's, maybe because it was really hard to clean this, but I think using that cleaner, getting everything loosened helped. But here is the last brush that I got as a knockoff, basically. I use this one primarily for my lighter eyeshadow all over bases, or like just a color that I want all over my eyelid. I usually use the light color to kind of set the primer and give a good base for all the other colors. This one is a Real Techniques brush. That made no sense, but it's a real one because it has the little logo on it. And I feel like these are like the exact same thing. They feel softer. I mean, they feel the same. You know, neither one feels softer. I tried to do like an experiment with these two once, and I think the handles feel different. This one feels plasticky. This one feels like a fake plastic metal. I don't know. I wanted to compare these two. I kind of feel like they have the same function. I grab whichever one for the light base eyeshadows. but I feel like this barrel is a different color, but like they're the same thing. My sneaky suspicions when I ordered this set online was that it was basically the same thing but had some kind of defect. And everything just collapsed. I'm gonna put that over there real fast. Because like if you compare these two together, this barrel here, it has a name, I don't remember. It's slightly different colors than this, but like when you have it just by itself, they match. So yeah, this is gonna be a really long video. I do want to make a video comparing, these two. Just dipping them in different colors and comparing them. Maybe doing an eyeshadow look with just those two. One for each eye. But that is this set, so I guess this one doesn't really have a permanent function because I just used it that one time. But I liked using it for like painting my face essentially, because that's what all this does, is paint my face. So onward to the new sets. Okay, the next big wave of big brushes. This guy right here. I don't have a function for him per se, besides looking gorgeous, because look at that. Ugh, these handles are so gorgeous. I feel like it would be the same as this guy, all over powder mixer, I guess. All over face mixer, I guess. That's what I was trying to say. But these handles were just too much. I couldn't pass them up. I think this guy is a blush brush. It's about a similar shape, sort of. Not really. Also beautiful handle. These ones might have been a gift. This one also, it's the same thing. It's a little wider, but like, it's the same thing. I feel like anyone would say that about all of these brushes. And then the last one I've introduced before, my contour brush. Also beautiful handle. I definitely favored this one over my old one. I don't contour that much, so I feel like this one, I feel like the pink one does a much better job at it because it feels more packed, I guess. The pink one feels like it has more bristles, but the blue one's definitely softer. So, reasons I can't get rid of stuff. Okay, here is my Sephora number 42 brush. It's a small stippling brush. This is what Sephora recommended for my NYX highlighting blush duo thing because it's really, really light. This will, the dual fibers apparently pick up more pigment than like a regular blush brush, or should I say a regular blush brush. And it works definitely a lot. I loved using it doesn't look like it survived very well. He looks a bit beaten. I feel like it used to be more packed. I might just need to reshape this guy. I might have accidentally pulled out a bit too much of the fluff. My next brush, this one was a disappointment in my opinion. It is the Anastasia A23 brush. And like, it does the job in anything, but like if you look closer to it, like it arrived like that. It didn't have this big one on top, but it had all the, it's never looked good. And I'm like, I'm paid a lot of money for this, and you need a haircut. well, I don't know. I probably could use this as a replacement, but I paid so much for this that like this one, these four didn't even cost as much as this one. And these ones I got from like TJ Maxx or somewhere. Walmart, I think, has these ones, these fancy brushes. And my last big brush that's not, well, I guess I have like a travel size brush. He's so tiny. They don't, and this one doesn't really have a function. I don't travel. When I do travel, I bring my own brushes. So these ones, I have a whole set of these. If I get them cleaned up enough, I might sell them or donate them. But they were super cute. The last big brush I got in an Ipsy bag. And it is a crown brush. I love crown brushes. I guess I could show you just... I would have gotten the name from that. I'm not really quite sure what this brush is for. Or what the shape is. It kind of... I use it for like my powder contour. So I use this for like... And I use the other one for like my cream contours. Because this guy right here can just rough it out to nothing. This one kind of pretends to do that. And then this one... I've never really used this brush, but I might use it for my contour. I'm not really sure where I was going. It's got a neat little divot in it for comfort. I don't like that, but somebody thought that was a good idea. And now that we got through all the big ones, we can go through the little ones. Hey, little ones. We'll start with the ones that I have like 5 of. Just kidding, I think I have... Oh, I forgot about this one. This one's also one of those like fake Real Techniques that I got. Well, for it better. It's also stained to death with lipstick. I used it for as like a lip brush. And it used to be white. But yeah, I forgot about that. But I have like basically 2. Where are you? I have 2 more of those angled brushes. For the longest time, I used this one. I used to use powdered eyeliner. No, powder eyeshadow for eyeliner. It's an Eco Tool one, even though it has no name on it whatsoever. I think when I was going through that, like, not really into makeup phase, I wanted to denote this to, like, a makeup brush. I mean, nail brush for acetone. But, like, I have this fond memories of this guy. I don't want to get rid of him. I don't know why I have memories, but I ended up getting a new one because this one's super hard to clean with the liquid lips on it. And this one's already black, so I'm not really sure. Oh, I think I wanted to use my liquid eyeliner on this. And because this one is so hard to clean, and I put it on my lips, that I decided to get a black one. That's why I got black for eyeliner. It's not very thin. This one's thinner, if you can tell. So it doesn't work as well as I would have hoped and liked to. I have another one of these as a travel brush. It's so itty bitty. So itty bitty in the corner. It has this thing. This probably is my favorite brush from that travel set because it's the most useful. It's super thin. It gets sort of clean easily. There's like a... I think this... Oh, it's a brow and eyeliner duo. A brow and eyebrow duo, I mean. You can read it. I can't speak. It's too late. But yeah, I think I use this for like more eyeshadow, eyeliners and stuff. Got another duo here. The smoky and eyeshadow duo, which I'm not quite sure. This used to be more rounded. It's kind of died over the years. This one's been like that. It's kind of angled in for, I'm guessing, for sweeping inside. I don't know. I don't really use that one. I used to use these travel ones a lot for guard performances. The last one is a foundation brush. An itty bitty foundation brush. For comparison, here is my new foundation brush. Like, when I did Mary Kay, I had a similar brush like this that I actually bought aside from my brush set that I had to get, maybe. I don't remember if I had to get it. But I got this one because, I got the Mary Kay one of this because it really made a difference. And I don't know, I kind of feel like both of them have their pros and cons. But I'm not sure. I lean more towards this one. This one was a good one for now. That's it of my traveling ones. We'll go to probably oldest to newest, but I don't know which ones were newer. This guy here, he's old. Probably older than my sister. I think I've had these two brushes the longest now. No. I used to have a square one. That's the one that I made I had a square version of this, and that's the one that I made for my nails. And I have no idea where that is. I don't really use this brush anymore. This used to be like my main eyeshadow brush back when I only had one eyeshadow brush. Yeah. I have this guy. This used to be my powder brush. So I'd like basically what this guy does, the little white one. I would use this for like, it's really packed. It's an eco brush or eco tool, I guess. I'm not really sure. But it was really packed and dense. I can get right into the light colors and get a nice coat. That's what I used to use this for. I kind of use this one when I can't find the other two that I have that do the same thing. And I think that's it of all the older brushes. I didn't know I had 3 of these. I have one of my Mary Kay brushes. I threw the other 2 away because somebody peed on them. And then there's this one that's just kind of, oh dear. And then this one kind of just snuck through. I think that the bigger brushes because you peed on the bag. The biggest brushes had like the most of the hit. The little ones were fine. But like these go by my eyeballs. And I paid a lot of money for them. I'm just gonna pretend it doesn't exist. I didn't know I had 3. I thought I only had 2. All the other ones, with the exception of my concealer brush that showed up on the other corner this time. Like, I really like this, how it works so well. Or like, I don't know, I liked how it used to work, that I got myself a little one for my concealer. This one's an Ulta brush. Because I'm fancy. It does the job. She was dirty, but she's fine. Okay. So the rest are Ipsy brushes. We'll start with my first and most favorite. This little fluffy brush duo sets from the Crown. Or Crown, I guess. It is the ACO12 Shadow Crease Duet. And I really hate double-ended brushes. But this brush I really like. I hate because they sit on the brush or in the bowl and one always gets smushed. But this one, I feel like this brush down here is durable enough to like be sat on, I guess. It's not, and it's shaped appropriately, I guess, to be a dual brush. So it's not gonna get messed up or anything. This is my favorite brush. I could do all my eyeshadows with just this one brush. All my eyeshadows, all my eyeshadow makeup with this brush. I love it so much. It's my favorite. Oh, here. I'll put it over here, above everyone else because it's gorgeous. I think when I at one point I wanted to like uniform all. Not, I wanted to unify all my brushes, have the same brush handle, basically, make them all matching and fancy. But I didn't want to be like, I didn't want to pick something that had fancy brushes or fancy brush handles. I wanted to base my decision on like the tops, how well, mostly like, I think like they had to be soft for starters. They had to feel comfortable on my skin because I've had a few brushes, some big fluffy brushes that when I put them on my face they hurt. And either I've stopped using those or they have disappeared. I don't remember what breed they were. I don't remember what brand they were. But another double-ended brush that I received from an Ipsy bag was this Luxie. I was going somewhere with that actually. But when I did the research of what set I would want to eventually save up for and get a good brand that could be cleansed often enough for my liking, and one that just looked, basically what I want to end with is I was gonna go with Crown. Crown was the winner. I just wish they had like a pretty handle. They have black, but I think these ones, the newer ones, have these little grooves in them, and I just don't know if I like them. I don't like the look of them for sure, but holding them, because I have another brush like that has, it has grown legs and walked away. Uh-oh. I'm gonna find it. Oh, there it is. But anyways, back to Luxie. I have the double-ended brush. It has like a flat shader brush on one end and then a fluffy brush on the other end. It is $2.49. Luxie. It's cute. I like pink. I hate double-ended brushes though. The other brush that I thought had disappeared was my Wet n Wild brush. Got this right after they released their first launch of brushes because I have to try it. I like the pink, I like the white, don't like the divot. I mean, with this one, because I use this one so much more, I've noticed that when I'm using it, I like that little divot. But it's not very pretty to look at. So, you know, I'll save my next favorite brush for the very end. So put you in the other drawer. Oh, another one that I got with that Lipson set was this brush. I'm not quite sure what a rounded, pointy brush is for, besides eyeshadow. It says E. Let's see. Oh, it's over here. It says E105 on it. And this one says F5. So that's the only difference on these ones. But like they're the same thing. Same shape basically. One's a foundation. Others for eyeshadow. I don't really favor that brush at all. It kind of just hangs out with all my other brushes. And speaking of that weird shape, got this one right here, same thing. As a Luxie brush, actually, a detailed taper blender. So it does kind of look like a blender brush from like charcoals and artsy stuff like that. But I tend to use my crown, the one that's above everything. Oh, hello, baby. My little assistant has left. It must be time for food. I don't game for that one either. It just kind of exists with my bowl, with my brushes. Okay. So, another eyeshadow brush from Ipsy. There's an Eye by Beauty. Has a cute little tree on it. It's soft-ish. I don't know. It's nothing special. It has a cute little tree on it. This one, this one causes me so much pain. I don't know what brand it is. Or maybe it does. Watch it be the Crown. Okay, it says Muda on it, or Mata. I'm not sure. I feel like I've had another brush with that, but like, I don't think brushes should do that. This feels like that's metal. This is plastic. Which, accidents happen, whatever, but it's really annoying to use. And then it just like plops right off.